Am I entitled to call 1,000 miles with a new car a long-term review? Well, possibly not, but I've certainly established enough opinions. So here are 5 things I really like and 5 things that have annoyed me, starting with the likes. This was my first experience of keyless start, stop and unlock. Just walk up to the car, it unlocks and starts with no messing around, pushing anything more than the start button, and certainly no orienting and inserting a key into a keyway. I do love the convenience, even being able to lock the car with a touch on the door handle when leaving, so the actual key here can just stay in my jacket pocket all the time. I was worried about RF hackers intercepting the signal, but I've learned to put the key into battery saving mode overnight where there are no RF signals to intercept. This was also my first experience of wireless Apple CarPlay, and again I've been impressed. It's just seamless. You get in the car, the media system boots up, and 20 seconds later, so is CarPlay, and connected via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi Direct for Google, Apple Maps, Audible, Music, Spotify, plus the messaging stuff. It's just about perfect. Economy, of course, I did whole videos on this. After almost 1,000 miles, I've averaged 75 miles per gallon, which is 3.8 litres per 100 kilometres if you prefer that metric. I'm driving normally on the whole, although admittedly in an eco drive mode, which deliberately damps the throttle response a little to keep any engine use below wasteful revs. Still, I'm over the moon with the stats so far. Toyota's planetary gear hybrid system is a marvel of 21st century engineering. This will sound odd, but I'm actually pleased by the stubby SUV look, as seen by others head on. You see, despite being a narrow car at 1.76 metres, it looks much bigger. Bit of an optical illusion, but I've noticed other cars approaching giving way at narrow road junctions when there's really no need to. Obviously, this is a modern trend, and I was coming from a 2015 car, so almost a decade ago, but this 2024 Yaris Cross has almost everything automatic, from rain sensing wipers to dusk sensing lights to the automatic drive system, auto parking, brake and release, not to mention all the obstacle avoidance, lane correction. There's far less for the driver to have to worry about minute by minute, which makes for a simpler and more relaxing driving experience. And being a full hybrid, it's not even stressful having to keep stopping for lights and other cars because most of the energy is just reclaimed. And so to 5 admittedly smaller things that aren't so good, to add some balance. There's no analog volume control I can twiddle without taking my eyes off the road, just plus and minus buttons, which is not the same. And there's no proper play pause control. A long press of the mode key sometimes works to pause and sometimes just mutes the audio, leaving it running in the background depending on what you're listening to, and you miss a bit of your audiobook. Maybe Toyota can fix this in a software update over the air. As mentioned in my main review video, smart key detection has a radio frequency blind spot inside the car, the exact spot I'd like to put the key down on in front of the drive lever, and it's dodgy for RF. And I get a key not detected error message, which is very distracting. I do wish in hindsight that I'd gone for the factory dash cam, which was an option at about £150, I think, rather than have my existing unit using the 12-volt power socket and trailing a wire, which I've tried to hide. There are aftermarket kits, so maybe more research is needed here. Yes, there are twin USB Type-C sockets, which I love, but to have the 12-volt free as well would have been even better for a gadget geek like me. Oh, and Toyota, how about a power socket in the rear for the backseat passengers? Oh well, another car, another time. I do wish for a slightly less flimsy parcel shelf cover. Even light items fall through, so umbrellas or light raincoats. The number of times I've thrown something up there and found it a day later in the main boot space, or maybe I'm just using it all wrong. Maybe it's just supposed to be a literal cover to hide things from thieves. Finally, there's no lumbar control I can see, at least on my Yaris Cross Icon trim. Seat position, height and angle adjustment, all good, but unlike on my old Renaults 20 years ago, there's no lumbar support, no lumbar control. A low-tech solution, small cushion I think. I'm aware there's more positive than negative coming across in my videos, and I'm aware this could be construed as buyer confirmation bias. I've paid for it, therefore I want to like it, which is possible. But I'm also trying to be as objective as possible in this short video series, which hopefully you're enjoying.